It's cold out. Holding on to the ball could be a factor with the weather. So just ground and pound. SDSU, every single game they have won has been because of how efficient their running game has been. So expect them to keep that up. And if they do, maybe it'll be another blowout like it was earlier this year.
Yeah, again, welcome in here to Dan & J Dykehouse Stadium, where it's FCS quarterfinals here. Jackrabbits taking on University of Incarnate Word, the Cardinals, at 11 o'clock here. About 5 minutes until kickoff, and many playoff implications coming up for the semifinals later tonight when Mercer takes on North Dakota State. An upset could be huge and benefit the Jackrabbits there. Again, it's an important day in college football for me, at least. We got the Jackrabbits here at 11. Then at 2 o'clock today, it's Army versus Navy. And I'm excited for that one. Cheering on the Army Black Knights, of course, taking on the Midshipmen over in the Commanders Stadium, Northwest Stadium there in Maryland. So that's a good one. Tune into that one for sure if you get a chance. Always an entertaining game there. And then at 4 o'clock today, me and Jacob, we're going to be headed over to First Bank in Trust Arena, where the Jackrabbits women's basketball team will be taking on the University of Northern Iowa here in Brookings. And that one has March Madness implications as well there. So going to be an important game, going to be a fun one, and me and Jacob will have it here for you on Collegian Sports. So right now, the Cardinals taking the field for the first time after warm-ups. They're going to be sporting black pants with white jerseys, red numbers on those, and then black helmet with the red logo. The Jackrabbits today, we're wearing all blue. We've got white numbers with yellow outline there. Blue helmets today for the Jackrabbits. So blue out, the Jackrabbit faithful are here. The crowd isn't as full as you'd like to see it for Dan & J Dykehouse, but the faithful are here. It bundled up as well. It's a little bit chilly here in Brookings. It's 26 degrees. And then there's a little bit of fog that seems to have frozen. So a little bit of like frozen mist sitting over Brookings right now. So we'll see what that has there.
And maybe even more importantly, wind.
Yes.
The wind is definitely picking up a bit. And we saw earlier on in the year when SDSU beat USD in overtime, the wind was a huge factor in that game. Both sides of the ball. A couple of missed kicks due to the wind. Got to make sure you stay on top of that. Score 7 as opposed to having to rely on 3, especially in these conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree there. The wind could become a factor as well as the mist. If the ball starts to get a little slick here, we'll see what happens with that. Right now, coin toss is going to be underway there. And Mark Gronowski out there for the Jackrabbits, as well as Adam Bach.
Tucker Large is out there.
Tucker Large and Jared DePriest is going to be out there for the Jackrabbits.
Tucker Large and Jared DePriest being first-year captains. Adam Bach and Mark Gronowski returning to the captain position.
Yep, and Zach Calzada, the quarterback for the Cardinals, as well as Solomon James, I believe, are out there for the Cardinals.
It would appear SDSU just won the coin toss, and as expected, they will defer the ball to the second half.
Yep, so we'll have the Cardinals on offense here first. And we'll get to see this Jackrabbit defense, which has been so stellar throughout the entire season. The Jackrabbits really figured out the secondary, and a lot of teams have trouble passing against the Jacks and even running. The linebackers super strong for the Jackrabbits.
Oh, yeah.
The only fault, again, this year, same as last year, the Jackrabbits have a weak defensive line that doesn't usually get a lot of pressures throughout the game. We'll see if head coach Jimmy Rogers has anything planned up today for the Jackrabbit defense as well as the offense. Cardinals are going to be head coached by Clint Killaw, and we're about to get underway with the kickoff.
Absolutely. And while the defensive line hasn't done an incredible job, pass rush, the rushing yards allowed, 89.3. A lot of that comes from the defensive line. Great linebackers. The safeties and corners aren't afraid to make a tackle. But where they have some deficiencies in pass rush, they certainly make it up in preventing the run.
Absolutely true. And I want to highlight two players on that defensive line. Jared DePriest, the senior, he has always been stellar for this team, as well as redshirt freshman Bryce Hawthorne coming out of the woodworks here. And we'll see if he has a chance to highlight it today. He's on the rotation squad for that defensive line, so he'll get some playing time. And he has had some big plays in the past. We'll see if Hawthorne can get something underway here. So Hunter Dustman to kick it away from right to left as we see it. That one's going to bounce off the back of the end zone and out of bounds. So we'll get a touchback to start this one.
And you love to see it. I can already see some feistiness between the players. I'm sure Incarnate Word hasn't forgotten earlier on this year. Played them the 7th of September. It was their second game of the season. And apart from Oklahoma State, which put up 44 points, Incarnate Word has had the second most points against SDSU with 24.
Absolutely true. And we're going to now see what Incarnate Word can do. Ball set on the 25-yard line. It's first down. Zach Galzada, the quarterback for the Cardinals, steps back to pass, fires into a mid-range, picks up 6 yards there, finds his receiver, number 11, Josh Lorick, the junior out of California for Incarnate Word. And it's second down. Incarnate Word running that quick offense like we saw in the first game of the season, one after another. It's second down and about 3. Calzada sends the man in motion. It's going to be a pass again. Calzada steps up for the run, gets through the defensive line, ate up in the backfield by the linebackers, but that's going to be a first down for the Cardinals.
And it was a close one. And in case you don't know this, those helmets, when they're cold, they don't absorb as much. It hurts a lot more.
Calzada steps back to pass once again, fires to the near sideline, finds his receiver there, number 6, Jalen Wolthall.
And I mentioned that because taking those hits, not sliding, in that case it was a good hit to take that, but that adds up. You want to prevent unnecessary hits in these conditions.
Cardinals pick up 7 on that one, brings up second and about 3. Calzada has a running back next to him. Sends a man in motion inside. It's a tight end. It's going to be a handoff, this time outside. Bouncing around, Lontrell Turner, the running back. Never gets brought down, just tied up there by the Jackrabbit defense, and the whistle blows the play dead.
Graham Spalding on that tackle.
It's going to be third down now for the Cardinals. They sit at the 46-yard line in their own territory. They've got about 3 yards to go. Didn't pick up much on that last play. Calzada has a bunch of extra linemen out there, a couple wings. Now they break off. Have quad receivers on the near side, one on the far side. Empty backfield. Calzada claps once, takes a snap, looks to his left, finds a receiver for the first down. Never mind, that one's going to be ruled incomplete by the line judge on the far side. Brings up fourth down for the Cardinals. Calzada tried to go to Jalen Wolthall there on the far side, had quad receivers on the near side, and now here comes the punt team for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and they tried out the slant, and, that's a timing route, and it was just picked up and very tight coverage. Got a hand on the ball and forced the incompletion. You like to see that.
Punt is away. And Dallas Beanham is going to be the returner there. Jackrabbits are going to begin their first drive of the game at the 19-yard line. So now it's Gronowski leading the Jackrabbits on offense. It's going to be a handoff on the first play of the game for the Jacks. That one given to Amar Johnson, the stellar running back, the senior for the Jackrabbits, 5'10", 200 pounds. Amar Johnson pushes forward there for about 5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 5. The Jackrabbits are on the 25-yard line. Gronowski sends 2 men in motion. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff once again to Johnson. Finds some space and then gets brought down in the backfield. Not before he picks up a first down for the Jackrabbits. Excellent run there by Amar Johnson. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, Amar Johnson, he's had a stellar year on 160 rushing attempts, 1,029 yards heading into the game.
Gronowski has an empty backfield. Amar Johnson lined up on the near side as a receiver. He goes in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Gronowski steps back to pass, fires it above Amar Johnson's head. That ball bounces out of bounds. Could have been a lateral. Don't know if that was a forward pass, but it does go out of bounds. Jackrabbits are going to maintain possession at that spot. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and that was read really well by Incarnate Word. He was going, Gronowski was going for the check down because nothing else was open.
Gronowski, once again, has 1 receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. Amar Johnson at his left hip. Now goes back in I formation. Johnson's going to get the ball, finds space, excellent blocking up front, and Johnson almost breaks free. Gets a horseshoe tackle in the backfield there by Kendrick Stone, the cover safety for Incarnate Word. And now it's 3rd and about 2 for the Jackrabbits. They sit at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a good tackle because Johnson really has a way of getting out of those low to the ground shoestring tackles, and if it wasn't for that, that could have gone the distance.
Gronowski in, and I believe he has Angel Johnson this time, and Angel Johnson is going to get that one, pick up the first down. No, that's Kirby Voorhees for the Jackrabbits, the freshman running back, getting that opportunity.
And he's had a good season. He's averaging about 8.5 yards per carry. When he gets the opportunity, he really makes the most out of it.
So first down for the Jackrabbits. They're at the 48-yard line in their own territory. Gronowski has Chase Mason there. Mason's going to take the direct snap, passes, gives it back to Gronowski. Gronowski lofts one downfield, intended for Davin Stoffel, the tight end. That one flies a little bit far out of the reach, but there's a flag.
Yeah, I think they were just, it looked like a bit of a dangerous throw if that was just a tad bit underthrown, definitely in the realm of a possible interception, but I think they saw the offsides and were thinking, let's just get a ball downfield, see what happens.
Yeah, free play there, 5-yard penalty on the defense, still first down. Jacks have 5 yards to go, still Chase Mason in the game. Mason takes the snap directly. Now he's going to just run for it. Mason drops the shoulder and fumbles the ball in the backfield. Recovered there by Declan Williams for Incarnate Word. The Jackrabbits turn it over at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, fumbles, that's going to be the 12th fumble on the season for the Jackrabbits. And Chase Mason, very physical style of runner, and that's just a really unfortunate fumble. He took a hit, was able to stay on his feet, but you know, once the safeties and corners come in for the tackle, they're going for the ball. And that's exactly what happened. Popped it free, and looks like Incarnate Word's going to get it at about their own 30-yard line. Unfortunate. There was definitely some momentum going, but there's 10 minutes left in the first quarter. It happens. You look to your next drive, and you try to forget about this.
Absolutely. So 10 minutes left in the first quarter. We have a media timeout here, so we'll be right back on Collegiate Sports after this.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Right now, Incarnate Word takes a snap. It's going to be running off to his left side in a bootleg, and now breaking upfield for a nice pickup. Quarterback Zach Calzada there on first down for the Cardinals. Just previous to this, the Cardinals got a little bit fortunate. Chase Mason fumbles after attempting a hit stick in the backfield, drops the shoulder and loses control of the football, and Declan Williams was able to recover that for Incarnate Word. Now it's Zach Calzada on second down. They have got about 5 to go. They're on the 35-yard line. Calzada takes the snap, passes off to his left. It's a screen. Ate up immediately by the Jackrabbits. Cardinals are only going to pick up about 1 there. That pass was caught by Josh Lorick there on the far side for the screen. It's now 3rd and 4 for the Cardinals. Zach Calzada, he's got an empty backfield. 2 receivers to the near side, plus a tight end. Tight end going in motion now to the far side. 2 receivers over there as well. Receiver in motion now to the near side. Looks to the near side, fires. That pass is caught by Jamison Garza, but it might be a little short, and it is.
Yeah, so that curl route there, you have to think if the wide receiver played that a bit too shallow. My guess is that he was maybe supposed to be a yard out, and just instantly they read that curl. His corner stayed with him, and he caught that, went down, and now they punt the ball.
It's 4th and 1, and they're going to decide to punt it. A quick 3 and out there for the Cardinals. This one's going to be picked up in the back by number 7, Dallas Beanham, for the Jackrabbits, and that was a dangerous catch. He caught it over the shoulder. Not what you really want to do there on a punt. Dangerous. Could have led to another turnover. It doesn't. Dallas Beanham tackled quickly, though, there, and the Jackrabbits are going to set up at the 25-yard line.
And he had a man on him. Missed tackle. If he got hit there fielding that punt, I think that would have been a turnover. That was definitely a dangerous catch, but nothing happened. No harm, no foul. Just move on.
Yeah, the Jackrabbits going to be set up on the 24-yard line. We got 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Still 0-0. No team has had an opportunity to score. The Jackrabbits now going to try out their second drive. Hopefully can maintain possession of the ball this time.
Yeah, there's been some opportunities. Both these teams, not only are they scoring a lot, as you can imagine with a lot of scoring, they're picking up a lot of yards per game. SDSU, 438 offensive yards per game. Incarnate Word, 450. So I feel like with these teams, you don't see a lot of 3 and outs, but a couple of them quick, and you got to wonder, maybe this is going to be flipped on its head. Maybe this is going to be a more defensive matchup.
Yeah, and credit the Jackrabbits defense there too. A lot of these games that they've been playing this season have been defensive battles purely because the Jackrabbits force that. The Jackrabbits have a power defense, and they're really effective at shutting down a lot of teams' defenses before they can enter the red zone. Jackrabbits offense has been a little bit slower this year.
Yeah. And I definitely think that's why they feel comfortable, the Jackrabbits feel comfortable running the ball as much as they do, because obviously their running game is very stout, but when their defense is also so good at preventing the run and very good at preventing the pass, you can afford to play safer football. Hey, we don't convert on a third down. We trust our defense that they'll get the ball to us back quickly, and we can continue playing a safer style of football. Not to say that Gronowski's not afraid to sling the ball downfield, but they can afford to play a methodical style of ball.
So back out here after the media timeout, and the road to Frisco continues. 0-0, Mark Gronowski out there for the Jackrabbits on the 24-yard line. Sending some men in motion. Extra lineman up for the Jackrabbits. Gronowski claps once, takes the snap, handoff. Moving to the right side, it's Kirby Voorhees, swallowed up quickly. Minimal gain there for the Jackrabbits. It's going to bring up second down at about 8.
Yeah, that is a telegraphed run play. Extra lineman down, you got one receiver out. Both teams know what's happening, and Incarnate Word won that rep, but we'll see what happens here.
Absolutely. So we got Gronowski here. He has, I believe, Amar Johnson next to him. Receivers, it's a pass play. Gronowski fires quickly. Receiver was not ready for that one. That was Lofton Ogroski, the receiver for the Jackrabbits. He is a freshman from Coon Rapids, Minnesota, and just ran ahead, and a miscommunication. Gronowski thought he was going to be somewhere where he wasn't, and he fires into empty space. Incomplete. It's now 3rd and 7 for the Jacks with 7:24 left in the first quarter. Gronowski sends Griffin Wilde in motion. Takes the snap, steps back inside the pocket, now rolling out to his right. He's going to run for it. And he slides at the 35-yard line. That's going to be a first down picked up by Gronowski there. Excellent run.
Tremendous awareness as well. As I mentioned earlier, with helmets, when it's cold out, getting hit up high definitely hurts more than, well, getting hit in the head. Regardless of a helmet, it hurts, but doesn't absorb as much impact. And he saw that he got the first down, and he slid, got down, and avoided an unnecessary hit.
Absolutely. So Amar Johnson in the backfield once again in I formation behind Gronowski. Johnson's going to take the handoff, runs into trouble, but not after getting pushed forward there by the offensive lineman past the first down marker. And then excellent awareness again. Amar Johnson able to stay on his feet, pick up another first down for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, he took a second there. He stopped. Sometimes you see running backs they're so quick to try to find that gap. They run and there's nothing there, but great patience too. Got the ball, stopped for a second, saw a gap, and then the offensive line, great job picking up an extra 4 yards, pushing him.
Gronowski going to hand it off to Amar Johnson once again, rolling out to his right side, getting towards the sideline, and tripped up there around the 46-yard line. But this means the Jackrabbits have now entered into Cardinals territory. The marker's going to go to the 45-yard line, and it's 2nd down and 4 for the Jackrabbits. Got 5:30 left in the first quarter here. And Gronowski set up once again with Amar Johnson in I formation. Extra lineman on the near side, now sending a fullback in motion. Handoff once again. Johnson to the far side, breaks free, almost shoestring tackle near the sideline, but it's going to be a 1st down picked up by Amar Johnson as he got about 10 yards on that run.
The offensive line had a tremendous amount of push there. He didn't get contacted until he was past the 1st down marker. He didn't have to find a gap. There was just great run blocking from the offensive line.
Jackrabbits set up at the 35-yard line now in Cardinals territory. It's 1st down. Gronowski claps once, takes the snap. Kirby Voorhees in the backfield doesn't get the handoff, looks to pass, fires one downfield intended for Griffin Wilde. Caught in the end zone. Griffin Wilde, touchdown.
We call that mossing someone in the business. Great contested catch. He located the ball. His man didn't look back, had no clue where the ball was going. And a great pass, but I think just great concentration, great hands from Griffin Wilde to reel that one in. That was a phenomenal highlight reel catch.
Unbelievable catch in the end zone by Griffin Wilde, beating the defender. That was good coverage. Griffin Wilde just able to get some hands on the ball, beat him to the ground, and come up with a touchdown there for the Jackrabbits. Hunter Dustman with the PAT straight through the uprights. Jackrabbits take the lead. It's 7-0 with 4 minutes 30 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back when the Jackrabbits kick it off to the Cardinals after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brooklyn, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Welcome back in here to First Bank. Excuse me, not First Bank and Trust Arena. This is Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. It is FCS playoff football right here in Brookings. The Jackrabbits strike first. 7 points on the board for them. It's 7-0 with 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. Griffin Wilde responsible for an amazing catch in the end zone. sent by quarterback Mark Gronowski. Now it's going to be Hunter Dustman to kick off from right to left for the Jackrabbits.
And the wind, we mentioned that earlier, knocks the football off the tee. That was I think that was really good play calling because they were so effective running the ball. They just ran it. They could get their first downs, and then they take an opportunity, take a long shot, and lo and behold, a great contested catch, great ball placement, and now the Jackrabbits are up 7-0.
And finally, after battling the wind, Dustman able to kick it away. This one caught in the end zone there by a returner for Incarnate Word. It's going to be Mason Pierce, graduate student from Houston, Texas. Going to be a touchback there. And Incarnate Word going to set up at the 25-yard line.
I think that's a theme that we've seen so far this game, at least from Incarnate Word. Their corners, safeties have done a really good job in coverage. Haven't gotten a lot of passing yards, the Jackrabbits have, and maybe that is what breaks open the floodgates.
Absolutely. Zach Calzada, empty backfield. Now sends a man in motion. Next to him, it's Lontrell Turner, the running back. He's going to get the handoff. Moving to his left, tripped up there in the backfield by the Jackrabbits. That was Matthew Durrance, the strong safety there for the yellow and blue. And again, it's second down and now about 4. Passing this time, finding his receiver on the near side. That's going to be James Garza, tackled by Tucker Large, not before picking up a first down for the Cardinals. They're going to set up at the 37-yard line. 10 to go. And again, Cardinals quickly set up. And it's Calzada, empty backfield, looking to pass. Fires one to the far side, caught on that side. Far side there. That was Jamison Garza once again targeted there. That time catching it for a substantial gain. I think he picked up about 20 there. And it's now 1st and 10 again as the Cardinals break into Jackrabbit territory. They're at the 49-yard line. Calzada looking to his right. Passing again. Tackled immediately in the backfield there by Tucker Large. It was Jamison Garza once again. Maybe that might have been Roy Alexander. He has his back of his jersey tucked in. I can't tell if that's a 9 or an 8.
Yeah, well, one of the reasons why the Jackrabbits don't allow a lot of passing yards is they're pretty good open field tacklers. Man out wide, he had one man to beat, but Tucker Large, great tackle, strung him up, and it didn't allow any extra yards.
2nd and long now. They go for a handoff. Breaking through the front lines, now into the backfield. It's running back Lontrell Turner with a nice gain there, and that's going to negate anything Tucker Large did on the previous play. First down for the Cardinals. They advance now to the 37-yard line.
And that was just a smooth run.
Look out, here comes the rush. Calzada needs to fire across. He checks down to Lontrell Turner in center and taken down by Tucker Large. Big hit there.
Yeah, the previous run able to...
Turner's going to be injured on this one.
Yeah, able to juke 2 defenders out, and this time around the quarterback was able to avoid the sack. I believe they had a running back out for a chip block, and he just got blown up. And an SDSU pass rush that has been not as good as you would want. They were able to get something there, but more importantly for Incarnate Word, they were able to get the first down.
Lontrell Turner, the man who caught the catch, injured there off of the hit, now limping off. No weight on that right leg as he goes to the sideline. And Incarnate Word, though, able to pick up the first down there with that check down to Turner. It's going to be 1st and 20. Excuse me, they're on the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals, just outside the red zone. Now in at running back for Incarnate Word. They're down to the 3rd string. It's Timothy Carter. Calzada takes the snap, looks to his right, passes. That's caught by number 89, Logan Compton, the tight end.
well, SDSU scored their touchdown with a lot of runs that were able to break off for a lot of yards after contact. Incarnate Word taking a lot of quick throws.
Timothy Carter going to get the handoff here. He can't pick anything up. Taken down by the defensive line there. That was number 94, Kobe Claiborne, the defensive end for the Jackrabbits. It's now 3rd down, and just outside the red zone, the Cardinals are on the 21-yard line. Calzada talking to his line there. Big 3rd down for Incarnate Word. Calzada claps once, takes the snap, looks to hand it off, but doesn't. He's going to run it himself. Has blockers in front. That one's close, and that's going to be a 1st down.
And that was great running. It wasn't that the Jackrabbits did a poor job by any means. They were on that run. He was just able to stay upright.
Calzada had a lot of blockers there. Now it's 1st down inside the red zone for the Cardinals. Looking to pass. There's nothing there. Calzada takes off down center, eventually tackled there by Adam Bach. Brings up 2nd down in the red zone for the Cardinals. They sit at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, and this reminds me of the last time they met. Calzada, he didn't have a ton of yards. He led the team, though, in 43 rushing yards, and he's really been able to keep his team in this game with his legs.
Calzada clapping twice. Looks for someone to jump over. There's nothing there. No flags. Looking to the sideline as the clock ticks down to 0 seconds in the 1st quarter. That's going to be the end of this one. And the Cardinals are going to be set up there on the 14-yard line when we come back for the 2nd quarter right here on Collegiate Sports. Stick around.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners. Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Welcome back in to Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. This is the road to Frisco as it continues here in round number 3, the quarterfinals of FCS Division I football playoffs. The Jackrabbits, number 3 seed, taking on the number 6 seed, Incarnate Word. It's 7-0, the Jacks leading by 7 at the end of the 1st quarter, but Incarnate Word looking to strike now. It's 2nd down and 8 for them. They're on the 14-yard line as we switch sides of the field. Incarnate Word going to be heading towards the left end zone now. The Jackrabbits looking towards the right end zone from where we see it. So 15 minutes goes back up on the clock as the 2nd quarter now starting. as we wait for the teams to retake the field. The Jackrabbits heading out now here. So Incarnate Word been able to march down the field, had a lot of quick passes through this one, a couple runs, lost their running back, their second string running back, Lontrell Turner there. Declan Taylor already not playing this one. And we're down to Timothy Carter here, the running back, now in the game for the Cardinals. So retake the field, Zach Calzada and the Incarnate Word Cardinals in the red zone. Claps once, takes the snap, fake handoff, looks to his right. It's a screen. That's caught, quickly stopped by the Jackrabbits, but a small gain there. It's going to be picked up. That one was stopped by Aaron Wolfkill Holston for the Jackrabbits. Defensive lineman there. It's third down now in the red zone. Cardinals on the 10-yard line. They can get another first down. They have to make it to the 6-yard line. Calzada looking to the sideline. Takes the snap. And it's going to be another designed run for Calzada, and he gets stopped short. Gain of 1 there on that run. It brings up fourth down, and they're going to put him at the 8-yard line. They need to get to the 6-yard line, so it's about 4th and 2. Let's see what the Cardinals want to do here.
Don't want to say I'm a psychic, but in my mind, I was certainly thinking, hey, you're on your third string running back. Maybe they're going to trust Zach Calzada to, at this point, maybe he's going to run the ball more than we expected initially.
Again, so we got the offense out here for Incarnate Word on 4th down. Not looking to take the field goal, and it's going to be another designed run, and he's going to get stopped immediately. The Jackrabbits hold strong on 4th down, and it's going to be a stop from Dallas Beanham, the main tackler there for the Jackrabbits. Turnover on downs. The Jacks are going to set up at the 8-yard line.
Hey, and that's and just that sequence. What I noticed was the defensive line and the linebackers, when at the point of attack, when meeting the running back, they were not pushed backwards. They did not give up extra yards. They were able to push the offensive line and the running back forward. They didn't give up extra yards after contact, and that's exactly what happened with this run as well. They met the quarterback, and they didn't allow him to pick up extra yards, and that was a close 4th down. Every inch matters in a game like this at this point. So a great performance from the defensive line and some help from the linebackers, able to really stuff this running game, and a drive that they were having some trouble, a lot of quick runs or quick passes, some checkdowns that picked up more yards than you would like, and they were able to make a red zone stand. Now they got the ball back, and let's see if they can continue on the offensive momentum that they had last drive.
Yeah, the Jackrabbits now are going to take their field in their own territory. Not exactly what you want to see, but the Jackrabbits already outpacing the Cardinals in rushing at yards here. The Jacks have 88 yards rushing on 10 attempts. Compare that to the Cardinals' 46 yards rushing on 10 attempts as well. So the Jackrabbits outpacing the Cardinals at rushing, and Zach Calzada has now 22 rushing yards. Lontrell Turner with 22 yards before he exited the game there.
And speaking of exits, I did see the backup linebacker for Incarnate Word, Josh Emanuel, head back to the locker room, running on his own power, but you've got to wonder, with a team that is already missing some starting players, they've lost some players during the course of the game. Really unfortunate for them, losing anyone at this point when they are already undermanned.
Absolutely. So the Jackrabbits now retaking the field on the 8-yard line and backed up towards the end zone here. And it will be Mark Gronowski out there with Amar Johnson. Gronowski, going to be a handoff to Amar Johnson, breaking out to his left side, tries to bounce outside, gets away from the defenders, able to make something out of nothing there, grabs 2 yards for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to bounce outside, saw that it wasn't there, so he tried to run up the middle, saw nothing was there, and then he bounced back again, and able to pick up 3 yards on a play that probably shouldn't have gone anywhere.
Yeah, so brings up 2nd down and 8 for the Jacks, and now they have a little bit of a funky formation. Couple fullbacks out there as well as Chase Mason. Chase Mason direct snap. He finds some space, able to pick up the 1st down there. A nice 10-yard run there by Chase Mason.
Hey, and like I mentioned, you got to forget that first drive where Chase Mason fumbled the ball. If you're the Jackrabbits, you can't dwell on that because he's such a great athlete. He's such a, for being a backup quarterback, he's a really big part of this rushing game, keeping whatever defense they're facing guessing. So him being out there, able to pick up 12 yards, really like to see that.
Gronowski's going to be out there again. I think he has Kirby Voorhees behind him. That is Voorhees, and he'll get the snap. Bouncing out to his left, couldn't find anything to the right, and able to pick up a nice gain for Kirby Voorhees there. It's going to be 2nd and about 3 for the Jackrabbits.
One thing that you notice about both of the Jackrabbits, both Amar Johnson and Angel Johnson, I think they've got great vision when in the trenches. They don't see anything, and they're able to navigate. They're able to weave through, and it always seems like when something should really maybe pick up 3-4 yards, they're able to find 3 or 4 extra.
Yeah, Amar Johnson coming back into the game now for Kirby Voorhees, and Griffin Wilde sent in motion to the near side. Going to be a handoff to Amar Johnson. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. A dangerous tackle there. That was number 3, Mason Chambers. He was the last man that could have got him, I think. But alligator roll tackle there on the left leg. Amar Johnson's fine. And it's going to be a 1st down on the 34-yard line here for the Jackrabbits in their own territory.
And that was somewhat of a what I would consider desperation tackle because the running backs have been doing a great job getting outside, and they haven't had a lot of safety support in case if he broke free there was no one to tackle him.
Now stepping back to pass, it's Gronowski firing to the center. That's caught! A nice, huge gain there, a 30-yard reception picked up by Lofton Ogroski for the Jackrabbits.
And I mentioned earlier, Incarnate Word, their corners have done a really good job covering, I think. That was another very close contested catch. But, you know, they say perfect offense beats perfect defense, and that's the 2nd example of that we've seen. We saw a great touchdown catch by Griffin Wilde and a great catch right there by Lofton Ogrosk. You love to see it.
So brings the Jackrabbits into Cardinal territory all the way down there. Gronowski firing for the end zone. Wide open. It's Griffin Wilde again. Touchdown.
He outran his man. A great route running, but just great speed as well. He had probably about 7 feet on him. And a first quarter, in which nothing was really going right for either offense apart from one great touchdown pass from Mark Gronowski to Griffin Wilde, and now the Jackrabbits are really blowing this up. Incarnate Word's going to have to get something going offensively this drive, or else they might get left in the dust.
Griffin Wilde beats his man for the touchdown. Hunter Dustman, PAT, through. And the Jackrabbits now at 14, shutting out the Cardinals at 0 with 9:59 left to go in the half. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here on Collegiate Sports after this.
This portion of PSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brooklyn, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back in to Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. This is Collegiate Sports. I'm Ben Anderson, joined by Jacob Brendy next to me, and Brian Stemwedel back in the studio helping us out today on KSDJ. Jackrabbits kicking off now. Hunter Dustman fires it off to the left corner. This one going to be returned by Incarnate Word. Tackled down for a great special teams play. The Jackrabbits going to pin them back behind the 15-yard line there.
And on a drive where Incarnate Word really need to get something going just off the bat, not going the way they want. Couldn't field the punt properly and then tackled down at, let's see, I believe about the 17-yard line. With how the SDSU offense has been going, they need to get 3 here if they don't want to get just outpaced.
Yeah, the Jackrabbits picked up a lot of yards on that last drive. They're now at 114 rushing yards, 101 passing yards. Now Incarnate Word tries for a rush. This one not going to be particularly good and pick up a couple yards here. It's going to pick up about 3. Now brings up 2nd and 7 for the Cardinals. Calzada takes a snap, steps back inside the pocket, fires middle of the field, intercepted by the Jackrabbits, headed the other way. It's Matthew Durrance. Has blockers out front, pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
He had nothing there. He went for the deep crosser because he had his corner beat. He had a step on him, but the safety, I don't know if he didn't see him, didn't expect it, but safety read that pass and just stole it right from, not even right from his hands, just right in the middle of the field, able to get tremendous field positioning. Wow, that was a great play.
Matthew Durrance sitting in the right spot, able to read the pass, flow in front of the receiver while the coverage was maintained by the corner, and an excellent interception and return there by Matthew Durrance. Now the Jackrabbits take over on offense at the 15-yard line, eyeing up the end zone. They sit in the red zone now. 9:23 left in the half. Jackrabbits gonna hand this one off. That's Maxwell Woods with the run there for SDSU. Picks up a couple. It's going to be 2nd and 7. The ball is going to be placed on the the 13-yard line now. Gronowski with Amar Johnson to his right. 3 receivers to the far side. Claps once. Sends a man in motion. Someone jumped. There's going to be a flag. Jackrabbits are pointing at the Cardinals. Saw some motion up there on the line. Offside's going to be called on defense. Going to be a 5-yard penalty. 8:39 remains in the the first half, second quarter. And it's going to be 2nd and about 2 now as the Jackrabbits are going to be set up at the 9-yard line, looking at the end zone.
Incarnate Word has had some penalty problems this year. This is going to be their 95th on the year.
Gronowski with Amar Johnson to his right. Clapping once. Sends a man in motion. Going to be a direct quarterback keeper for Gronowski. Moving to the right side. He's not going to make it to the end zone. Tackled at about the 5-yard line.
Still picks up the first down, and I believe that's the first time we've seen Gronowski run the ball. We've seen Chase Mason, and especially when your linebackers are closer to the line of scrimmage, when you're in the red zone, not as much ground to cover. Picking up 5 there off the read option. That was a pretty good gain.
Yeah, 1st and goal now for the Jackrabbits. Gronowski had that big run in that first drive for the Jackrabbits off of the scramble. Now going to hand off to Amar Johnson, moving inside, not going to make it to the end zone, but picks up a couple more yards. Brings up 2nd and goal. They're going to put him at the 3-yard line. Jack's 3-yard line. The Cardinals making some changes to the defensive front. And it's going to be Jackrabbits set up now with extra linemen on the right side. Amar Johnson. Now those linemen are going to motion to the left side. Even split now. Handoff to Amar Johnson. Tries to power forward. Runs into a wall and stopped. 3rd down and goal for the Jacks.
Yeah, and they were trying to get the defense to go the other way. So when the first hit was initially made, it's not like there was anyone to really push Johnson forward. That was just a play where, hey, you try to get him going the other way, and, you picked up yards.
Yeah, so the run game's not working particularly well here in the goal line for the Jacks. Let's see if they try a different play here. 6:07 left to go in the half, and the Jackrabbits will call a timeout. So we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here after the timeout on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Jackrabbits back out there right now. Gonna run a play. Gronowski's got Amar Johnson to his right side. 2 receivers to the far side. Quarterback keeper into the end zone. Gronowski, touchdown, Jackrabbits.
I feel like Incarnate Word was thinking what we were thinking. They were thinking, hey, the running game really isn't working. I think they possibly expected a pass play because that was just a very, maybe it was just the offensive line winning that rep, but tremendous run defense in this low red zone, and Gronowski just was able to find a gap and pick up 6 points. You have to think that maybe that's not what they were expecting, that situation with the theme of that drive was just couldn't really run the ball much, but they were able to run it there and pick up 7.
Yeah, absolutely. So touchdown for the Jacks on 3rd down and goal there. Makes the score 21-0 over Incarnate Word. 6 minutes remain here in the first half. And we'll be back when Hunter Dustman kicks it off to the Cardinals once again to see if they can answer for these points. We'll be right back here on Collegiate Sports after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brooklyn, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Dana J. Dykow Stadium. This is Collegiate Sports. You're also listening to this on KSDJ 90.7, student independent radio here at South Dakota State University. Kickoff away by Hunter Dustman. Going to be fielded this time by the Cardinals and brought up to about the 24-yard line there on the return.
Incarnate Word, sorry to interrupt you, but just quick note, Incarnate Word, they average 21.5 yards on the kick return, so pretty decent, but they haven't really been able to get that going. They haven't really been able to get the special teams going this game.
Yeah, Calzada's going to hand this one off to his running back, swallowed up immediately there, hit by Matthew Durrance, the man who got the interception last drive. Going to pick up a couple yards with the forward progress rule there. 2nd down, and about 6 is going to be what we have here with the Cardinals. They're going to set up at the 27-yard line. Empty backfield for Calzada. Looks around, decides to run it. And taken down after a small gain by the Jackrabbits. So it's going to be 3rd down now for the Cardinals. They're at the 30-yard line. They have about 4 yards to go. And this could be another quick 3-and-out for the Cardinals if they're not careful. Takes the snap, looks to pass, finds his man. That's through the hands, incomplete. Josh Lorick was wide open there, could have had the first down and more. Pass goes through the hands, a little bit behind him, but definitely not an incatchable ball for Lorick. And the punt team has to come out for the Cardinals. Quick 3 and out, and it's going to be Dallas Beanham in the backfield to return it.
Yeah, not a lot happened that drive. Apart from, you get a bit of luck from that incomplete pass, but the play beforehand, they try to fake the pass, and the Jackrabbits read that out, and they weren't able to run the ball there. And the play before read that well. The Jackrabbits read that well. It's just a lot of, obviously, there's the physical aspect to the game, but the Jackrabbits also just play very smart. They play very smart.
Interesting development here. A snowball got thrown in. I almost hit the punter there, sent by the student section. Couple coaches over in Incarnate Word yelling at the student section there, but nothing happens with that. So Gronowski set up at the 35-yard line at first down here. Going to be heading to the right end zone. Pass is intercepted on first down. There, just taken away by Ronald Wilson, and that pass wasn't even close to the receiver.
That was a very strange interception because he had a man open. It looked like it was
Griffin Wilde was open there. That's who he was going to. And the pass goes in front of him. It goes straight to Ronald Wilson for the interception.
It was on an in-breaking route, and Gronowski, he's a pretty smart player. That's just a very uncharacteristic interception.
That one was just straight through him like he was trying to pass it to him, and now Incarnate Word has excellent field position. They're set up at the 45. Calzada clapping once and takes the snap. Looks to pass, nothing there. Breaks away for the scramble. Tackled eventually in the midfield by Graham Spalding, the linebacker. And the Jackrabbit is down. I believe that is Graham Spalding. He is not getting up. Spalding, I believe that is Graham Spalding there who got that tackle.
And obviously you don't want to see anyone get hurt, but Graham Spalding's a pretty big part of this defense where I think the secondary's really good, but man, I think the linebacker core is probably the greatest strength of this team, and so what was previously a first down, they call him short, but anyways, Graham Spalding, a big part of the team, but he's up walking right now to the sideline.
Yeah, expedited review there by the replay official Eric Toe, communicating with the head referee Paul Matt Overton to make that one a second down. Bring that one back. No coach's challenge required there. So Cardinals set up at the 36-yard line. It's second down and about one. Graham Spalding exits the field, and the blue tent gets set up here. Interesting formation. Quickly to the line. In right under center, it's going to be Calzada. Looks to hand off, rolls out. It's going to be a screen pass to Mason Pierce, and he gets decked by Dallas Beanham for a loss.
So obviously with the screen, you're going to have some pressure coming in your face because, you're sending offensive linemen out. But that was close. There's definitely some people on their way, and that was just great job from Dallas Beanham. Great open field tackling to prevent that from being a large gain.
Third down and 2 for the Cardinals. Gonna try for the handoff. Stopped. It's gonna be close. That was Timothy Carter, the third-string running back for the Cardinals. And the ball's going to be marked short of the line to gain. It's going to be fourth down in inches for the Cardinals. The offense is staying out there. They're at the 35-yard line. Extra defensive linemen come in for the Jackrabbits. And it's going to be a timeout. Incarnate Word's going to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back here after that, right after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Incarnate Word on fourth down. This is Collegiate Sports direct snap to the quarterback. He tries to run for it. They're in the backfield. Pressure comes on the Jackrabbits, and it's going to be a sack in the backfield.
Wow. That is incredible. Earlier on in the game, as you remember, they tried to go for it on 4th and short in the red zone, and they didn't get it there. And when you get an opportunity, you got to take it. So they go for it on 4th and 1, and what was remarkable about that is the quarterback did not go down at first contact. Obviously, you want to pick up that first down, but it would have been probably at the 35-yard line. Now SDSU's got it at the 50.
Yeah, they were set up on the 30. Amar Johnson breaking away. An excellent run by Amar Johnson. Picks up about 20 there on that one. That was saying they were set up at the 35, the Cardinals, and dropping back, that sack picked up about 12 yards alone for the Jackrabbit offense. So huge play there by the defense. And then Amar Johnson breaking away for an excellent run. Sets up the Jackrabbits at the 26-yard line on first down here, almost in the red zone. 2 minutes 30 left in the half here, and Chase Mason's in shotgun. Gronowski is to his right, and Amar Johnson is to his left. Mason takes the direct snap. He's going to run for it. Breaking out to the right side, has one man to beat. He gets pushed out of bounds.
And when you have 3 talented physical rushers in the backfield, it's so hard to know. Not only you have to figure out who the ball's going to, but how are you going to tackle them? A lot of these guys, you can't tackle them one-on-one unless you go low and you get lucky. You need 2 people to slow them down, and Chase Mason, he's got some wheels on him, and he was able to turn the corner and pick up a lot of yards. And Incarnate Word's a bit lucky that they were able to get a man on him and push him out of bounds at
10-yard line.
10-yard line.
Yep, so it's going to be first and goal at the 10-yard line for the Jackrabbits. 2-minute warning here at the half. It's 21-0, the Jackrabbits in the red zone looking to score. We'll be right back here after the 2-minute warning on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brooklyn, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back in to Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium for FCS Division I NCAA football playoffs right here in Brookings, South Dakota. You're listening to Collegiate Sports and KSDJ 90.7. I'm Ben Anderson. Jacob Brendy with me on color, and Brian Stemwedel back in the studio on KSDJ 90.7. Thank you for being with Gronowski. Claps once, takes the snap. Going to be a handoff to Amar Johnson. Finds space, tripped up just shy of the goal line. Nice run there by Amar Johnson. Puts the Jackrabbits in excellent scoring position. It's second and goal from the number 2 yard line there. So 1:30 and counting left in the half. 21-0, Jacks leading. Second and goal on the 2 yard line, and we wait for the clock to tick down, and the Jackrabbits are going to call a timeout, trying to burn as much clock off as possible here at the end of the half. Don't want to give Incarnate Word the ball back after we score this touchdown. Hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood.
Fingers crossed. And just as a reminder, SDSU will be getting the ball to start off the second quarter. So SDSU, a team that does really good in the third quarter. Hopefully they go up 28-0 here. Possibly opening drive go 35-0. I mean, you just got to think with Incarnate Word, with that turnover on downs, when a team gives you an opportunity, when you're down by 3 possessions, when a team gives you an opportunity such as that Mark Gronowski interception, really good field position, I mean, you got to capitalize on that one way or another, and they didn't.
Absolutely. Set up on the near hash line. Mark Gronowski and the Jackrabbits on the 2 yard line. Give to Amar Johnson. Tries to get in. Stopped running to the defenders and wasn't able to get anything there. He was away from the blockers and gets caught by himself on that right side. Pushed back. It's going to pick up 1 yard, but it's 3rd and 1 now to the goal. And it's 57 seconds left in the half. Incarnate Word's going to call a timeout now. Wants to keep the time on the clock. So the Jacks got 1 yard to go. 3rd down. I don't know if we go for it on 4th down here. I would assume we would just kick the field goal, get Dustman out there, put up 24 points, and then go to the locker room. But we'll see if we can punch it in here on 3rd down. We'll see what head coach Jamie Rogers has for us. And Incarnate Word's back out there.
And a team that I think last year obviously had Isaiah Davis, but I think relied maybe a bit more on their passing offense. SDSU has racked up a lot of rushing yards this half, and apart from one big chunk play.
Got the big man down. It's going to be Gronowski pushing forward. Signal says touchdown, Gronowski and the Jackrabbits.
This is incredible. apart from one big passing chunk play, 50-yard touchdown, they haven't thrown the ball a whole lot because they don't need to. When their offensive line is as physical as it is and their running backs have such great vision, such great strength, they don't need to pass the ball a ton. And they've just been able to run the ball down Incarnate Word's throat, and 28-0, 28-zip, a minute left on the clock, getting the ball in the third quarter to start the third quarter. This is looking 3 possessions down. It was looking like a comeback was unlikely. 4 possessions down. It's looking near impossible.
Yeah, the Jackrabbits are now 4 for 4 on third down, 100% conversion rate. Incarnate Word's 1 for 6 on third down and 0 for 4 on fourth down conversions today. Jackrabbits put up another touchdown. Gronowski pushing forward on the goal line. It's 28-0 as the Jacks lead over Incarnate Word with 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining here in the half. Incarnate Word will get a chance to score here, so Dustman's going to kick it away from left to right. So let's see if the Cardinals can get something going. They've 3 and outed their last 2 times, even after that interception.
I think even 3 points here, and you can go into the locker room. Obviously, they ain't going to be too happy, but you put 3 points up on the board, you can start putting something together.
Dustman's kick is going to be returned. Falling down is the return man. He took a slip and fall. Mason Pierce is going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. Not what you want to see there if you're the Cardinals. The Jackrabbits, with an excellent special teams play, is no fault to themselves, honestly. The Cardinals just going to slip and fall down there at the 15-yard line.
Looked like either way he was about to run into a brick wall. You never know what can happen. Maybe you can bounce off a man, pick up some yards, but that play wasn't going anywhere.
Well, let's see what Zach Calzada has here with less than a minute to go in the half at the 15-yard line. And shoveling forward a pass to his running back, Timothy Carter. Going to be 2nd and 2 for Incarnate Word. They're hurrying up. 42 and counting on the clock. Steps back to pass. And this one, inaccurate, intended for Timothy Carter. Again, a check down is going to fly over his left shoulder and down to the turf. 3rd down and 2 for the Cardinals. 36 seconds left in the half.
And now at this point, 3rd and 2, if you pass it and it's incomplete, you punt it away, and you're leaving 30 seconds on the clock. Who knows what the Jackrabbits can pull off?
Yeah, definitely do not want to get a turnover here. 3rd down, take a shot, and then punt it away if you're the Cardinals. This one going to be caught for the 1st down, but fumbled. Did they return it? Yes! The referees are signaling a fumble recovered by Tucker Large inside the 30-yard line. The Jackrabbits are going to get another chance to score with 29 seconds left in the half.
I think you need to be saying that more often. I think you need to mention a turnover's the worst.
Yeah, I need to start mentioning, wow, the Cardinals really shouldn't turn it over here. That would be the worst case scenario for them. And it happens. A fumble by the receiver, Jalen Walthall, and picked up by Tucker Large.
Yeah, so the second he made that catch, he had a man on him, tried to turn upfield, and just got the ball punched out. And now SDSU's got the ball at the 32-yard line with 29 seconds left.
Jackrabbits have 1 timeout remaining, and it will be Gronowski in shotgun, inside the pocket, stepping back to pass, going to the right side. Caught, but out of bounds. Went to his receiver there on the far side. That was Lofton Ogreski.
Yeah, had a great contested catch earlier today, and that was another great contested catch in quotations.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to get a foot down, but still great ball placement and really good concentration to reel that in.
Only burned 6 seconds off the clock, 2nd and 10 Gronowski again has 4 receivers, 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side, plus Amar Johnson. Steps back inside the pocket, firing to center. That was close to the ground, but I think it was caught by Lofton Ogroski. That is going to be ruled a catch, and it's going to be a first down. Hurrying up offense now. Gronowski's going to spike it.
Because remember, with a first down, clock stops, so they're looking at about 15 seconds now. About the 25-yard line.
Yeah, 15 seconds remain here in the half. Plenty of time for about 2 plays. Maybe 3 if we get 2 incomplete passes here. It's second down, and it's Gronowski. 4 receivers again. Mar Johnson picks up a man to block, going to the corner, intended for Kentrell Pregame, and that one falls incomplete. 11 seconds remain now, and it's third down. Jackrabbits are on the 19-yard line, 3rd and 10. Three receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, plus Amar Johnson in the backfield. Gronowski sends Davin Stoffel in motion to the far side. Takes the snap, looks to the left, fires Stoffel, incomplete.
Some fans right now wanting a pass interference call, and he's really been going for that back pylon throw, and some receivers have made some contested catches, but just not a lot of area to work with there.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact there. It looked clean on the replay. So they bring out Hunter Dustman for the field goal attempt. It's going to be a 30-yard attempt for Dustman. Actually, a 35-yard attempt where the holder is. Dustman's field goal attempt is through, and that's going to be 3 points added on to the Jackrabbit lead. It's now going to be 31-0. Moving into the half, Jackrabbits are going to be celebrating in the locker room. I wonder what the Cardinals are going to be saying. Still got a whole half of football to be played. We'll have a halftime show here on Collegiate Sports and KSDJ, so make sure you stick around. And then third and fourth quarter going to be coming underway. I don't know. Do they have 1 second still left on this clock? They do. So we're gonna have a Dustman kick it off, and if he puts it inbounds, should be the end of the half. If he kicks it in the end zone, Cardinals will get 1 play. So we'll see what Dustman does here with special teams. If we put it in bounds, try to just tackle the returner or kick it out the end zone. Yep, it's going to be a squib kick brought down immediately, and it's going to be 0 seconds. So that's the half. They decide to put it in bounds. So 31-0, the Jackrabbits going to lead the Cardinals at halftime. This is Collegiate Sports. Make sure you stick around for our halftime show as well as the rest of this one. We'll be right back after this.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners. Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/olderadults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back in here to Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. This is the halftime report here on Collegiate Sports and also KSDJ 90.7, your student independent radio station for South Dakota State University. So the Jackrabbits are going to lead this one 31-0 over the Cardinals at the half. The Jacks very successful on the run and in the pass. And something I want to highlight, the Jackrabbits are 4 for 5, that fifth one coming in at that last drive there on third down conversions, and compare that over there to the Cardinals. They're 1 for 7 on third down conversions, 0 for 2 on fourth down conversions. So big defensive stops for the Jackrabbits. Highlight that there, and then compare the yards here. So rushing, UIW has 54 yards rushing overall. Compare that to South Dakota State, 176 yards there on 24 attempts. The Jackrabbits averaging 7.33 yards per carry, and the Cardinals averaging 3.38 yards per carry. Passing-wise, 13 completions for the Cardinals, 67 yards there receiving, and then 1 interception there. The Jackrabbits have 4 completions only, but that's for 113 yards. They've had 11 attempts, so Gronowski is 4 for 11 with 113 yards, 1 interception there. So total offensive yards for the Jackrabbits, 322, and the Cardinals sitting at 153. Yeah, a lot of punts for the Cardinals. The Jackrabbits have not had to punt yet. So Cardinals 3 punts so far. And the Jackrabbits still no penalties either. And the Cardinals have 2 of those. So big things happening for the Jackrabbits here. Again, make sure you tune in to the game at 2:30 in North Dakota in Fargo, as Mercer is going to take on North Dakota State. Big implications for this one. If Mercer is able to take down North Dakota State in an upset, then the Jackrabbits will either play UC Davis or USD right here in Brookings. However, if North Dakota State is able to defeat Mercer, then the Jackrabbits will be headed to Fargo to take on the Bison in the Fargo Dome there. And then Montana State will be taking on UC Davis or USD there.
And just one thing to mention, SDSU's lost twice this season. One opening game against Oklahoma State. During that period, Ollie Gordon III, people thought he was going to be the Heisman. Really good school. They haven't done as well in the second half of the season, but still, their second loss, however, did fall to them from North Dakota State. They lost 9-13 in NDSU. So obviously there's going to be there's always been some bad blood between those two teams, but historically, they lost to them this season. SDSU has played their football games 90% of the time like they are just unstoppable. They're up 31-0 right now. But NDSU, that's the one team this season, apart from Oklahoma State, the one team this season that has shown that the Jackrabbits, hey, we can beat them. No other team besides Oklahoma State has been able to do that. So you got to wonder if SDSU plays North Dakota, what will that look like? 9-13. You don't really expect SDSU to be playing in a game with that low scoring. Neither do you expect that from North Dakota, so you've got to wonder how will it look like if they face off, which it looks like they most likely will. What will that game look like?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, coming up here the second half, we'll be right here on Collegiate Sports. We'll take you around our schedule for the rest of the week here, and coming into next week for Jackrabbit Athletics and what's going to be on Collegiate Sports. That'll be coming up after a quick break. We'll be continuing the halftime report here on Collegiate Sports right after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners. Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Sports Halftime Report right here on KSDJ 90.7. So, the Jackrabbits leading 31-0 over the Cardinals. We've got about 4 minutes left here in halftime until the third quarter begins. So let's take a spin at what's going down later today. So later today at 2 o'clock, UC Davis is in Vermillion taking on South Dakota in the Dakota Dome. That one will decide who faces either Montana State potentially or South Dakota State, potentially, if Mercer is able to win. So that one, the Mercer-North Dakota State game, that one's going to be at 2:30 on ABC, and that one's going to be in Fargo. And then, again, very big implications for the rest of the bracket if Mercer is able to pull off an upset. Unlikely, but possible. Also, again, later today at 2 p.m., FBS football, it's the Navy-Army game. Hopefully the Black Knights can prove successful there. That's one of the biggest games of the year. Super excited about that one. That one's at 2 p.m. today, where the Commanders play in the NFL.
And the Army's, they're ranked. They're ranked.
They are. Army's finally ranked in the top 25. Army ranked 22. Again, so for women's basketball later today, me and Jacob are going to head over to First Bank and Trust Arena. We're going to have the Holidays with the Jacks promo game, a part of the Hike and Hoop promotion running today as well. The Jackrabbits taking on Northern Iowa. So that's going to be at 4 p.m. Make sure you tune in to Collegiate Sports in KSDJ 90.7 for that one, as that one should be good. Has March Madness implications too. If you don't want to listen to it here, listen to it on the Jackrabbit Sports Network or on the 7th League Network or at Midco Sports 2. And then men's basketball next week, Chadron State. That one's going to be in Brookings. That one's on Thursday. And later this week for women's basketball, taking on Dakota State in Brookings. That one will be on Tuesday, and Jacob Brendy will be there for sure. I'll probably be there as well on Tuesday, First Bank and Trust Arena. That one will be on Collegiate Sports. If you don't want to listen to it here, listen to it on Jackrabbit Sports Network or watch on the Summit League Network. So that's kind of a spin at what's going down around. Again, Jackrabbits leading here 31-0, about 2 minutes until the half is over. So we'll take a break until then. We'll be right back here on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back in to Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. This is Jackrabbit football, FCS playoffs here in Brookings. The Incarnate Word is about to kick off to the Jackrabbits as they deferred in the first half. So the Jackrabbits going to start it out. It's a squib kick going to be fielded by the fullback here for the Jackrabbits, number 44. That is Kevin Brenner. So this one gets underway, and the Jackrabbits going to start with the ball here. Not what you want to see if you're the Cardinals. They still sit at 0 points, getting shut out so far in this one.
Yeah, I don't really know what the Cardinals right now are looking for. I guess at this point, maybe mercy. I mean, they're down 31-0. They haven't really shown too much on either side of the ball, apart from their defense in the first quarter. It's looking rough for them.
Nice run here by Amar Johnson right up the gut. It's going to pick up about 7 yards here for the yellow and blue, and it's 2nd and 3.
I like about Amar Johnson is his ability to, he's got wheels. He bounces outside. He can pick up huge gains, but just he's a multifaceted player. He's got strength, he's got speed, he's got vision. He's always able to pick up more than he should be able to. He's great. He's a really fun player to watch.
Gronowski going to hand it off to Amar Johnson again. He's going to pick up a few on this one. Swallowed up quickly, though, by the defense. It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Jackrabbits in 2. They sit at the 41-yard line. 14 minutes remain here in the 3rd quarter. So, Jackrabbits bring a couple of substitutions into the game. Couple bigger players here, the tight end position. Gronowski has Voorhees behind him. Sends fullback in motion. Gronowski's going to keep it. Passing deep. Wide open in the back. It's David Alpers. He's going to walk it in for a touchdown.
There is no way that was the planned coverage. No one within 10 feet of him. I just don't really know what to say. How a man gets that open. He ran a good route, but there has to have been some sort of miscommunication. There's no safety help over top. Just wide open, and you're coming out of halftime. You know, like, hey, if we want to get ourselves back into this, we're gonna have to play our best ball, and that most definitely wasn't. And now at this point, I don't really know what the mindset going into this is. I don't know if they went into the locker room already feeling like, oh, this is over, but that's definitely not what you want to see.
David Alpers breaks the coverage, able to walk in for 6, and the Hunter Dustman PAT is good. Yeah, the Jackrabbits look like they're going to run, bring some extra tight ends out there, and then Gronowski drops back inside the pocket and finds David Alpers, his tight end, wide open.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the touchdown there. And third and short, yeah, the Incarnate Word thinks they're going to run it, and they're just not ready to cover the pass. So timeout is going to be called for the media, so we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here after a short break on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brooklyn, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings CarQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, CarQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. CarQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back to Collegiate Sports. I'm Ben Anderson. Jacob Brendy is with me. Jackrabbits score a touchdown. David Elpers into the end zone. Wide open there off broken coverage. The kick by Hunter Dustman is away and fielded at about the 22-yard line, brought down by the Jackrabbit special teams unit. And the Cardinals are going to now get a chance in the second half to finally put some points on the board. They still getting shut out in this one. 13-25 remains in the third quarter. Jackrabbit defense set up here.
Yeah, and this is, the Jackrabbits, they allow 12.8 points a game, but this is still,
Calzada feeling the pressure of the defensive line, tries to get away, and a sack comes in. Brought to you by Kobe Claiborne, the defensive end out of Sioux City, Iowa.
I was going to say that's unusual, but another unusual thing is the SDSU pass rush, really, they can get pressure, but a lot of times they have issues, finishing the motions, getting the sack, and that time they were able to get it.
Calzada has a running back next to him this time. Claps once, drops back, looking to pass once again, has to get out of the pocket, shovels it forward to his running back who can't hold on to it. Incomplete.
Yeah, it was in his hands. I don't really know necessarily what happened there. It looked like a pretty clean motion. He had it in his hands, but just couldn't hold on to it.
3rd and long. Incarnate Word is set up at the 30-yard line now. Jackrabbit defense holding strong. Sending men in motion. Calzada has an empty backfield. Dropping back inside the pocket. Rush coming in. Passes, finds a man near the Jackrabbit logo, but they're not going to be past the line to gain. That was number 1 there, Mason Pierce, the receiver. Brought down by Adam Bach. It's 4th down and 2 for Incarnate Word. They're going to go for it, leaving the offense out there. Snapping the ball, looking to run. Rolling forward, it's Timothy Carter, and he's going to pick up the first down for the Cardinals.
I like that play. Usually, I don't think you would go for that, but it shows some heart. We're still in this. That's what that tells me.
Yeah, they're running the ball very quickly, pass after pass, and this one sails over the head of Timothy Carter. He fell down. And this is now Carter's second incompletion off of his fault in this drive. The first one tips off the fingers and just falls down. This one, he slips and loses traction. The ball sails over his head. And now he is sent to the bench. Another running back comes in for Incarnate Word. Passing this one to Pierce. Pierce bouncing, juking, making men miss, and moving ahead for a gain of 5. I believe that's Roy Alexander they have in the backfield with Zach Calzada acting as a running back. Pass sent across. This one caught by Jalen Walthall.
They gave him the first down. I'm not too sure about that one.
Yeah, close to the line to gain. Awarded the first down. Injured Cardinal down around the 50. So 11-18 left to go in the third quarter. Injured Cardinal is going to bring up a injury timeout here.
I feel like maybe maybe Jimmy Carter will take this time and look at that spot again, and who knows, that to my eyes looked short.
Yeah, Jimmy Rogers.
Jimmy
Rogers. Yeah, head coach for the Jacks. Yeah. Jimmy Carter's going to be a U.S. president.
Oh, my God. Jimmy Carter, yeah. I'm always thinking about former President Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely.
Jimmy Rogers.
Yeah, so we'll see. Extra time definitely to take a look at this one. Ruled as a first down, definitely close to the line to gain. Forward progress might have helped him out there, but a generous spot set by the line judge. Still injury on the field. I haven't identified which Cardinal that is yet. Over there. Maybe they were able to get off.
Yeah, just disastrous this game has been health-wise. They've seen a couple of players come and go due to injuries. They were already starting the game down. They're starting running back. Their second goes down. Now they're on their third. And their third stringers had some issues holding on to the ball. Obviously, when you look past the no one wants to play to lose. You know, there's still a game. There's still a game, so you're not going to play as if you know for a fact you're going to lose. But it's definitely when you're on your third string running back who's having trouble catching the ball, and now you're rotating between your fourth running back. It's just making it that much harder to mount a comeback or just mount anything positive offensively. They marked him with the first. They got him. They gave him the first down. Whether it was actually a first down or not remains to be seen. But just a lot of unforced errors. I think that's been one of the biggest stories for Incarnate Word. You can't really control injuries, but what you can control, they haven't been controlling. And there's no way you're going to win a game if you can't with unnecessary, unforced errors like the ones they've had.
Just waiting for the media timeout to come back here, and then we seem to be ready to go. So empty backfield here for Zach Calzada and the Cardinals. First down, no review. Steps back, finds a man, caught here for a gain of about 7. That was caught by receiver Roy Alexander.
Quick pass. That's been their bread and butter this game. That's primarily what they've been resorting to.
And the Cardinals are putting something together. They're marching down the field here. Quick screen pass, blown up, but he stays upright somehow and picks up the first down. Again, that was Roy Alexander. Someone came flying in. I think that was Matthew Durrance or Colby Humphrey flying in there and couldn't quite wrap up. And first contact could have brought down a loss of yards, but the receiver able to stay upright.
Yeah,
and
that
gain
was
it.
Colby Humphrey. And he got a direct hit. It's not like it was a glance. That was a direct hit, but able to stay up.
So first down on the 30-yard line, looking towards the end zone, almost taken down. The pressure forces the check down off to the right. That one was caught by fourth-string running back for the Cardinals, Gerald Riley, number 5. Second down and 6 now for the Cardinals. And it's Calzada rolling out to his right. Finds a receiver for the first down. Roy Alexander caught that one close to the ground and then immediately given up. Now we have an injured Jackrabbit over on the far side of the field. Not sure. I can't make out a number right now.
That might be.
Could be Tucker Large. Tucker Large was struggling with injuries early on in the season. Still haven't 100% identified the number there. Trainers out on that side of the field. 9 minutes 35 remain in the third quarter. Jacks 38, Cardinals 0. And it will be 1st and 10 when we come back for the Cardinals. That is Caleb Francel, I think. Yeah. I believe.
Yep.
That is Caleb Franzel. Yeah, number 9. So, yeah, the senior Sam linebacker, a huge part of this linebacker core for the Jackrabbits, is going to be injured. Walking off under his own power.
As we mentioned earlier, Graham Spalding, their weak side linebacker for the Jacks. He got banged up earlier too. He's on the field right now, but those hits add up.
So 1st and 10. The Cardinals are at the 18-yard line. Zach Calzada steps back inside the pocket, fires to his left, caught inbounds by his receiver. That's number 9 again, Roy Alexander. That puts him inside the red zone. They are now at the 8-yard line with a 1st and goal.
Yeah, Dallas Beanham just playing that out-breaking route a little further than he should have.
Calzada quickly off to the screen. This one stopped for a minimal gain. Jalen Wolfhall was the receiver there. They're going to give him a yard there. 2nd down. So they're at the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal. 8:40 remains in the 3rd quarter. Cardinals with a chance to put their first points of the game on the board. Calzada clapping. Hands off to his running back. Diving forward is Gerald Riley. Nice gain on the play, but not making it into the end zone. It's 3rd down now on the 3-yard line. Quickly set up again. It's going to be a pass, dropping back inside the pocket. Look out, here comes the pressure and into the back. Caught for a touchdown. It's Roy Alexander for the Cardinals. They put their first 6 points on the board.
Yeah, able to sneak by the linebacker, and I think the linebacker knew he was there, but was playing a bit further in the end zone to try to break up the pass if it went over him, but just played a bit too far up and was able to get the ball over him.
Brack Peacock, the kicker for the Cardinals, puts up the PAT. So it's 38-7 now. The Jacks leading by 31 with 8 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. So we're going to take a media timeout for this break here. We'll be right back. You're listening to Collegiate Sports.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into Dan and Jay Dykehouse Stadium. This is FCS Division I playoff football right here on Collegiate Sports and KSDJ 90.7 FM. Kickoff here, sent by Incarnate Word after their touchdown is going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So the Jackrabbits will set up at the 25-yard line. And let's see if Gronowski can march down the field once again.
They really went back to Incarnate Word. They really went back to their bread and butter. That first quarter, they were showing something. A lot of quick passes, some checkdowns that were able to pick up some decent yardage. But that just got shut down, and I'm not too sure what happened. If it was something mental, but they really just shut down. But now they're starting to figure something out again.
So Gronowski is going to give the reverse to Griffin Wilde. Bounces outside and loses yards on that one, runs out of bounds. Broken play there. Defense got in the backfield, and Wilde takes it back 2 yards. So 2nd and 12 for the Jacks. Not a great way to start the drive.
Could have been worse. Griffin Wilde, there was some contact. He was able to stay upright, but that could have easily been a loss of 5, loss of 6.
So now the Jacks set up at the 22-yard line. They actually lost 3 yards on that play. The ball gets moved back another yard. And Gronowski again. Clapping once and gives off to Angel Johnson, powering forward for a light gain. That was Kirby Voorhees, excuse me. And that's going to bring it back to 3rd and 10. 7 minutes remain in the third quarter. Couple substitutions being made.
It's been a relatively clean game for both teams. Some penalties for Incarnate Word, but SDSU has remained unscathed.
Gronowski claps once, looks to his left, nothing there. Goes back right and tries to pass it, and there's no one there, asking for a flag.
So it looked like they were trying to, looked like that was some sort of screen play, but even before the ball was received, even before he received the ball, there was some contact, and there's a lot of upset fans right now.
Yeah, that was David Alpers was the intended receiver, gets hit before the ball even gets to him. Could have been pass interference. That's not called. It's 4th down, and the punt team comes out for the Jackrabbits for the first time this game. Punt by Dustman is away, spiraling over to the 35-yard line, and that's where it will end up as the Jackrabbit special teams tackles the returner on the line.
The Gunners did a good job gunning, so to speak. I'm not too sure why that ball was fielded. There's 2 people right in his face there, but suppose he wanted to try to make something happen, but fielded it, picked up maybe 3-4 yards, and got piled on at the end. So not too sure if that was the right play to field it, but hey.
So again, the Cardinals have pretty good field position to start this one off. It's Calzada looks to his right and finds an open man. Makes a couple Jackrabbits miss, and a nice gain there off of the reception by number 6, Jalen Walthall, and that's going to actually be a first down. Going to pick up 10 yards on that one. So another injured Jackrabbit down, and the trainers coming out onto the field.
Now the momentum is swinging. Incarnate Word, they start off their first drive of the third quarter with a touchdown. They're able to 3 and out the Jackrabbits. There probably should have been a pass interference call there, in my opinion, but if they don't call it, it's not a penalty, so to say. And very first play of this drive, they're able to pick up a first down, and they're down 38-7. 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and it would appear Aaron Wolfkale Holston, defensive tackle, was the injured Jackrabbit. He's walking out on his own power. But Incarnate Word, they're getting something together. They're starting to play their style of football. They were averaging 35 points a game, and now they're putting something together.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line in their own territory. Calzada fires quickly to his receiver, caught, and brought down immediately there by Adam Bach. That one was going to be caught by Logan Compton, the tight end. Or here, and the Jackrabbits now pushed back into their own territory, and the Cardinals advance. It's going to be, 2nd and 4. They're at the 49-yard line. Calzada, no one in the backfield, firing deep, almost caught off the fingertips there, intended for Logan Compton once again. No one was in front of him. If he caught it, he would have gone all the way, but it's a little too deep. It rolls off the fingertips, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, and I think this is definitely 4th down territory. If they don't pick it up here, like I said, their bread and butter have been these quick curl routes where they're picking up pretty consistently like 4 or 5 yards. If they don't convert something here, I think they should go for it on 4th down.
Calzada going to take off and run for it. Bach behind him, misses that tackle, and it's going to be a 1st down for Calzada as he eventually gets forced out of bounds.
Calzada's been keeping them in this game, so to speak, with his legs. The running game, apart from him, hasn't been doing too much. It's these improvising plays, these scrambles, where he's able to pick up really big 1st downs. When you're down this much, every 1st down's important, but he's really putting the team on his back.
Cardinals now on the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Calzada steps back inside the pocket, fires to his right, caught inbounds by his receiver. Tackled immediately there. That one caught by Jalen Wolfhall on the far side. Now the Cardinals in the red zone once again. The Jackrabbit defense not putting up as much fight as they did in the first half, and it's 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line for the Cardinals. Handoff this time, finds open space. He's got leg room, and shoestring tackle stops the touchdown. That was Lontrell Turner coming back into the game. That's the 2nd-string running back who started this one. Almost to the end zone, stopped on the 1-yard line. 1st and 1. First and 1, still Lontrell Turner in the game. Calzada has Turner to his right. And a timeout's going to be called by the Jackrabbits.
I think that's a good timeout. This drive, and even the last defensive drive, really hasn't been going too well for them. They need to take some time and really figure out what they can do differently, because if Incarnate Word, they score here, the score is 38-14, you're still thinking, 25-point deficit. That's a 3-possession game. And SDSU needs to play as if they have not won the game yet. They need to remember, this is still an ongoing game. A lot can happen in a quarter and 4 minutes. They gotta get it together, so to speak.
And this is the quarterfinal of FCS playoffs.
Incarnate Word, it's not like they can just go on and fix whatever they're doing next week. They're going to play every snap like it's their last, because it is in the terms of the game.
1st and goal on the 1-yard line for the Cardinals. Calzada. Shotgun. Has a fullback in. This snap is low. Stepping back to pass. Here comes the rush. And he has an open man, but that one's inaccurate. Goes to the turf. Brings up 2nd down and goal on the 1-yard line. Again, good pressure there by the Jackrabbits after that snap went to the feet of Calzada.
Yeah, and you have the safety, Stephen Arl, beat by a couple of steps, and if it wasn't for that low snap throwing off the timing a bit and allowing the pass rush a few more steps, that could have been a touchdown. Should have been a touchdown.
Calzada again as a fullback. This one's going to be a keeper and in for Calzada, the touchdown. Cardinals score back-to-back in the second half. Out comes the PAT team.
Yeah, so like I said, following this will be 38-14, so 24-point game. 3 possessions. This is still a game. This is where the defense is struggling a bit. The offense scoring anything, a field goal, as the point after attempt is true. A field goal, even from the offense, would really help out the pace of this game. So the defense has been phenomenal for most of the game. The offense has been phenomenal most of the game. But like I said, it's not over yet, and the offense needs to go into this next drive knowing, hey, this ain't over yet, but if we score here, we can worry a bit less.
Yeah, absolutely. The offense has to pick it up here on this drive, relieve the defense a little bit. The defense has been working hard, especially through that entire first half, now starting to falter a little bit after a tactics change by Incarnate Word over halftime. And the offense just needs to pick it up and put some more points on the board, make the team feel a little bit more comfortable. But we'll have a chance here. The kickoff coming now from kicker Brack Peacock and the Cardinals. Kick underway. Returned back there by Lofton Ogrosk. This one's going to be stopped at the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 19. No, they correct themselves. They're going to mark him at the 20. And that is where the drive will begin. 3 minutes 30 remain in the third quarter. It's 38-14. The Jackrabbits are leading. Would like to put some more points on the board, feel a little bit more comfortable, but also got a burn clock here as well. So it's going to be Gronowski, shotgun formation. Amar Johnson in the backfield. Johnson will get the handoff. Stiff arm moving out to the left. Finds open space. Has to beat a man and can't do it. Dragged down, but not after a wonderful gain. A 25-yard run there by Amar Johnson brings up a first down. For the Jackrabbits, they get positioned at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he looked right, didn't find anything, so went back to the left, evaded a tackle, and then was contacted probably around the 30-ish yard line and was able to keep on going and pick up around 10 yards after contact.
Yeah, he had blockers ahead of him too. If he beat that one man, he would have broken free. Here's Gronowski on first down, giving to Amar Johnson again, rolling out to the left, picks up a few and pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, that was another play where, as there's a flag on the play, Amar Johnson did a good job picking up any yards he possibly could have. There was some contact right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to pick up 3. An offensive holding is definitely going to change this drive.
It's going to back up the Jackrabbits 5 yards. No, 10 yards there. 10-yard penalty on the hold. Puts the Jackrabbits on the 32-yard line. First and long. Now it's they've got 20 to go. Gronowski, shotgun formation, has Amar Johnson to his right. It's going to be a give to Amar Johnson, trying to power forward. Picks up a okay gain.
And as I mentioned earlier, when you're down so many points, when opportunities are presented to you, you have to seize them. And SDSU is creating some opportunities. They got to limit that. Penalties, unnecessary penalties. I mean, 10-yard holding after you have really good field position after a great Amar Johnson run. You can't stab yourself in the foot.
Gronowski steps back, looking to pass, can't find anything, moves ahead, tries to break free, and he gets tackled down at about the line of scrimmage. He might pick up one there. Defensive line able to hold him in the pocket.
I meant to say shoot yourself in the foot. I don't think stab yourself in the foot is much of an expression, so to speak. But, yeah, there was a alleyway there, but it was quickly closed up by the incoming linebackers, and Gronowski's got wheels, and he's got strength, and that could have gone a lot further than it did if it weren't for some great plays from secondary.
1 minute remains in the third quarter. Gronowski steps back, looking to pass, finds his receiver, who's taken down immediately. That one was Lofton Ogreski. Not going to be enough for the first down. Brings up 4th and 8. So the punt team is going to come out for the yellow and blue.
Like I said, don't create opportunities for them. You've had 2 turnovers so far, an interception and a fumble. They didn't score anything off of those turnovers, but a 10-yard penalty, sending you back 10 yards, and now SDSU's punting the ball. You're just putting the ball back in Incarnate Word's hands, and they've been doing really good offensively.
Dustman's punt is excellent, and the Jackrabbits able to pin him down inside the 10. The ball took a favorable Cardinal roll at the end there. The Jackrabbits weren't able to get on it there, but inside the 10, they're going to place him at about the 9-yard line, so the Cardinals have bad field position to start off this possession.
And when one side of the football is struggling, whether it's the offense or the defense, it's the job of one of the other position groups to help out everyone. So the defense has been having a hard time. Hey, special teams, let's pin them inside their 8. Let's give the defense a helping hand.
Calzada will have his starting running back, Lontrell Turner, next to him, at least starting for this game. Looks to his right. It's going to be another screen, and this one's not going to work either. I don't think their screen passes worked one time. Jalen Wolfhall swallowed up out on the far side, but the Jackrabbit defense going to bring up 2nd down.
And an interesting statistic, Mark Gronowski is 5 of 11 right now, but he has 170 passing yards.
Yeah, just a few really great passes for a lot of yards and a few touchdowns. I think he has 3 passing touchdowns here tonight. So really great stat line for Gronowski. Not a lot of passes, but huge capitalization there. So third quarter ends. The score 38-14. The Jackrabbits ahead by 24. And we have one more quarter to go here in this one. So we'll be back after this break right here on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 27th Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brooklyn, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back in to Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. This is Collegiate Sports on KSDJ 90.7 FM, South Dakota State's independent student radio. Jackrabbits lead this one 38-14 as we head into the fourth quarter. And Incarnate Word working in their own territory. They're pinned at the 10-yard line. I'm Ben Anderson, Jacob Brendy with me here. So it's going to be Zach Calzada. Empty backfield. Second down and 10 here for the Cardinals. Lontrell Turner in motion, goes to the backfield. Snap, taken, passing, caught now here by receiver Jalen Walthall.
Yep, that's been a staple of their game style this game, or their playing style this game. A lot of quick curl routes, a lot of quick slants that they are picking up a lot of yards after the initial reception, but when they're picking up 5-6 yards every single time, they can afford to not have yards after catch.
Absolutely. Here is Calzada once again, tries to fire to his right. This one's going to get tipped out of the air here by the defensive lineman, number 52, Jared DePriest. Huge play up front by the Jackrabbit defensive line. Brings up fourth down and short. 4th and 1. They need to make it to the 19-yard line. They're at the 18-yard line.
And they're going for it.
Offense stays out. This would put the Jackrabbits in excellent field position if they get the turnover on downs here. Calzada, empty backfield, 5 receivers. In motion, a man moving to the near side. It's Turner. Stepping back inside the pocket to pass, a whistle stops the play. Delay of game called on the offense. They're going to back up 5 yards.
It's strange saying it with 14:25 left on the clock, but regardless of it being 4th and 6, you've got to go for it. You've got to go for it at this point. You don't score here.
They will. Offense stays out there, and it's Calzada with Lontrell Turner in the backfield. Play clock at 13. Play clock under 10. Snap, Calzada inside the pocket, has time. Fires deep. And that's incomplete, intended for Jalen Walthall. Turnover on downs, and the Jackrabbits will get the ball on the 13-yard line.
A lot of more deep developing routes. Nothing really short, and a great double team. Great coverage. They forced the incompletion, and now 14-18 left. The game's not over, but that drive was essentially for the game. And now SDSU has the ball at the Incarnate Word 13-yard line. Score anything here and spout over.
Gronowski's here with Voorhees in the backfield. Hands to Voorhees, and he picks up maybe 1. They are going to give him 1 yard there. 2nd down and 9. Jackrabbits now at the 13, at the 12-yard line. Under 14 minutes remain in the game. Here is Amar Johnson in the game now with Gronowski. This one's going to be handed to Amar Johnson. Back to Gronowski. Flea flicker. Passing to the end zone. Too high. Pass intended for Lofton Ogreski.
That was a dangerous throw. He was blanketed. And if it weren't for that ball being a bit high, I understand he was trying to get it to a spot where only his receiver could get it. But if it weren't for that throw being, as truth be told, as bad as it was, that would have been a pick. That would have been a touchback. And then you just give Incarnate Word another opportunity. So you got to remember, you got to play safe.
3rd and 9. The Jacks at the 12-yard line. Gronowski inside the pocket. Looks to pass. Looks to his right. Corner of the end zone. Brought down. Griffin Wilde loses control of that one. Loses that fight. On the coverage, that was number 7. Kendrick Stone got a hand in there. Forces it out. It's 4th down, so in comes the field goal unit for the Jackrabbits.
You know, that wasn't a horribly placed ball. He was doubled on that route, but he wasn't too far in the end zone. There was a possibility of a catch there, but he didn't reel it in that time.
Hunter Dustman for the field goal. This one's going to be a 30-yard attempt. Up and through. Dustman puts 3 more points on the board for the Jacks.
And perhaps more importantly, with those 3 points, it goes from a 3-possession game to a 4-possession game. So you just need to score here. This drive, you needed something. And 41-14. I messed up my math earlier, but 27-point lead. That's a 4-possession game. Incarnate Word's going to need to, if they get an opportunity, I mean, they need to put something together really quick.
Absolutely. So, TV's taking a break. Rest of media's taking a break. We're going to take a break too. We'll be right back here for the rest of the 4th quarter on Collegiate Sports.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back to FCS Division I football playoffs. It's the quarterfinal here in Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. I'm Ben Anderson. Jacob Brendy with us here on Collegiate Sports. You're also listening to this on KSDJ 90.7 FM, SDSU's student independent radio station. Kick is away by Hunter Dustman, and this one will be returned. And finding some space for an excellent return there is number 1, Mason Pierce. But there is going to be a flag.
Some extracurriculars going on the field right now.
So Incarnate Word's going to pick up a 10-yard penalty there on the return. It's going to be a holding penalty there. And they're going to be backed up to the 10-yard line. Not great field position for the Cardinals. Zach Calzada in the backfield now. Tries to run for it, and this time taken down in the backfield. That's going to be number 0, Declan Williams, with the takedown there. Lots of yards. Excellent sack for SDSU. 2nd and 12. And the Cardinals going to be backed up to the 8-yard line. Snap now. Calzada looks to his left. Finds his receiver and immediately taken down. Pinched by 2 defensemen there. Instant tackle and awkwardly running off of the field. That was a hard hit. That was Jalen Walthall. Couldn't hold on to it after that hit. It was a hospital pass.
Yeah, safety was low. Corner already had him covered, so when he caught the ball, he had 2 people that were immediately within his vicinity trying to strip that ball, and yeah, that looks painful.
Calzada with 5 receivers lined up now. Inside the pocket, steps up. He's in the end zone. Here comes the pressure. This one tipped away off of the hands of the defensive lineman. Jackrabbits sent a blitz that time. Almost awarded the safety, but Calzada able to throw up an incomplete pass. It's going to be 4th down, so here comes the punt team for the Cardinals.
Yeah, 4th and 12, and I think if the circumstances of the previous drive were different, they punted. They went for it on 4th down within their own 10-yard line. But
not a great punt here. This one's going to roll out of bounds at the 40-yard line, keeping the Jackrabbits in Cardinal territory.
But 4th and 12, 4-possession game. If it was still 3, maybe, but at this point, why bother?
So Jackrabbits going to have the ball back here on the 40-yard line, heading into Cardinal territory. 12:24 left in this one, 41-14. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on Collegiate Sports after this.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back in here to Dana J. Dakota Stadium. The Jackrabbits now taking over on offense after the punt from the Cardinals. It's going to be Kirby Voorhees on the near side. He's wide. He's breaking loose. Has one man to beat. Jukes him and runs into another Cardinal. Taken down, but not after an excellent game for Voorhees. That's going to be a 35-yard run for Kirby Voorhees.
Yeah, just the only way to put it is there was no one there. No one there to account for the run going to the left, and he was just able to tear off a 35-yard run.
Gronowski calling an audible now. Claps gives to Voorhees on the right side. Voorhees tries to find a lane, crawling, but can't quite get there. Stopped at the 1-yard line.
It's really something when your third running back can be as efficient as Kirby Voorhees is. Going into this game, he was averaging 8.4 yards a run, 522 yards on the season. Like I said, the third string running back. But even though he's the third string, they still play him. They don't view him as a backup in case someone gets injured. They realize and they see how good he is, and they know, hey, we got to get him some snaps, and he's making the most out of them.
Gronowski sends Wilde in motion. This one's going to be a handoff to Voorhees again, and Voorhees is in for the touchdown!
Everyone's getting a piece of the ball today. Just the course of the game, the running attack from SDSU has been so efficient, and it's easy to look at the stats and just think it's the running back, but the offensive line has done a tremendous job creating gaps, creating holes for the running backs to find space to run, and even on the 1 yard line, they're able to create some space for him, and he can muscle his way in for a touchdown.
Hunter Dustman, PAT is good, so now it's 48-14. The Jackrabbits leading the Cardinals by 34. 10 minutes 55 remain in this game. After this one, we're going to be headed over to First Bank in Trust Arena. Going to be watching Jackrabbits women's basketball. They're going to be taking on Northern Iowa University. So that's going to be a good one. Make sure you tune in to that if you're available at 4 o'clock. That'll be on KSDJ and Collegian Sports. So make sure you tune into that. Also, a couple games coming up. UC Davis, South Dakota. That starts at 2 here in about 15 minutes. That's on ESPN+. And then quarterfinals still. Mercer, North Dakota State. That's in Fargo. That'll start on 2:30 p.m. That's on ABC. Continuing here. Kickoff coming from Dustman. From right to left. Bounces into the end zone. Touchback here. Sets the Cardinals on the 25.
A lot of SDSU starters still out there.
Zach Calzada is going to go with an empty backfield here. Passing to his left. Finds a receiver and pushed out of bounds eventually there by Graham Spalding.
Yeah, great job staying on his feet. Could have been a loss of 4. It was almost comical. Dallas Beanham had his man around the shoulders. You know, they always say tackle low, don't tackle high, because he went high. He was able to spin out of it and lose no yards as opposed to 4.
Second down and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Cardinals. Calzada steps back inside the pocket, looking downfield, firing deep, and that one's inaccurate, almost intercepted there by Matthew Durant, who already has one interception today.
Yeah, Matthew Durant, his interception earlier was just a great read, getting in front of the ball and picked that one off. That pass right there was just more of it would have been a right place, right time kind of throw.
Now Zach Calzada is wincing, the starting quarterback for the Cardinals, and taking a knee now around the 20-yard line. He was holding one of his hands, his right hand, I believe. We'll see what the Cardinals decide to do here. They're going to call a timeout. 10-11 remains in the game. We'll see if Calzada sticks it out. And it will be Calzada still out there for the Cardinals. Lontrell Turner out there as well. Receiver in motion to the near side. Passing caught that time by Roy Alexander, pushed out of bounds by Tucker Large. It's going to bring up 4th down for Incarnate Word, 4th and 1. They're going for it. Offense out there. SDSU is going to take a timeout. Going to be a media timeout. So, media timeout call, 9:50 remain in the game. It's 48-14. We'll be right back after this.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning, the cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Back here on 4th down, the Cardinals have 1 yard to go. Going to be a handoff here. Stopped by the Jackrabbits. Still fighting. He's not down yet. Look out. Here's a pile. Pushing, and the Jackrabbits are going to win this one, pushing backwards.
Yeah, they got the initial stop, stalemate. Incarnate Word, they were able to get some momentum going forward, but eventually they were able to wrangle him back and turn over on downs. And that continues Incarnate Word's disastrous day.
Turnover on downs. Refs rule it that they didn't pass the line to gain. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jackrabbits. They'll set up at the 34-yard line in Cardinal territory. And in the game now, quarterbacking for the Jackrabbits is number 5, John Bell. Bell's going to hand it off to his running back. I think that is number 24. It is Brendan Pregame. So Pregame on that rush. Good gain there. 2nd and 6 here for the Jacks. John Bell in shotgun formation. Bell is going to hand it off to Pregame once again. Begamin's going to pick up about 2. Third and about 4 here now for the Jackrabbits. They're set up at the 28-yard line. 3rd down. 8:28 remains in the game, 48-14. John Bell. Shotgun formation has 2 receivers to the far side. Kentrell Pregame in motion. Hand off to Pregame. Pregame rolling, falling forward close to the 1st down marker. They're going to mark him short by 1.
Yeah, he got met at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to spin, and he got the arm out trying to get the 1st down, just a yard short.
And the Jackrabbits are going to go for it. 4th and 1. They're on the 25-yard line. Whistles and flags. I believe we're going to get a false start here on the offensive line. Davin Stoffel gets called with the false start. He's a redshirt freshman. 4th and 6. Jack set up at the 30-yard line. Line change here, and the offense stays out. Grayton Gannon and Kentrell Pregame come into the game. Seven minutes remain in the game. Bell looks to pass. Fires one to his receiver. Caught! Kentrell Pregame on the 1-yard line.
That was a great ball by John Bell. Had the perfect amount of arc to it to get it over his man's, the DB's head, and just right in the basket.
Now on the 1-yard line, it's 1st down. A whistle stops play.
On 4th and 6, too, going for it.
Timeout's going to be called here by the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was, you like seeing that. John Bell, you know, the backup, gets an opportunity. It's 4th and 6. He doesn't take anything short. He goes for it all, goes for glory, and makes a beautiful throw and is able to get a great completion. And with Mark Gronowski, this being his last year, you think about what the future of the quarterback position is. And if you stay in-house, I mean, you've got Chase Mason and John Bell, both of which have looked good in this game so far.
Absolutely.
Chase Mason's running, and John Bell just had a great throw. You got to feel happy about that going into next year. But It's this year still. It's this game one step at a time.
Yeah, an excellent job by Kentrell Prejean to come back to the ball there. Bell takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Driving forward and into the end zone, Brendan Begeman for the Jackrabbits touchdown.
It's really a testament to the program where even your bench guys can still be so efficient and everything flows so smoothly. Really just a testament to the coaching program and just the school in general. Head coach Jimmy Rogers has had a great 2 seasons with SDSU, and it's nice seeing that even the younger people, the younger kids that are in the program can play so well.
Dustman's PAT is good, and it brings us to 55-14. Jackrabbits ahead over the Cardinals with 6:32 remaining in this one. And the kickoff team headed out for the Jackrabbits. Cardinals get a chance to put some more points on the board, make it a little bit closer. Dustman will kick right to left. Dustman ready to go here. And here we go. Kick away. Takes a bounce. This one's going to be fielded. Mason Pierce tries to hurdle a man, but taken down there that time by number 42 for the Jackrabbits. That was Anthony Paulino.
We mentioned earlier the wind being a factor. Gusts about 10 to 15 miles an hour, and just the game plan from the offense just being able to pick up so much on the ground. I think being able to play efficiently in these conditions, even with the potential of playing NDSU in an indoor stadium, it's really nice to see that.
Snap taken here by Calzada, passing to the center of the field, caught by his receiver, Josh Lorick, for a nice gain there. That's about a gain of 20 yards. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Cardinals set up at the 28-yard line. Calzada claps once, takes the snap. Inside the pocket, looking to his left, caught there again. That was Josh Lorick. Another first down. 5:53, barely 30 seconds ticked off the clock here as the Cardinals gained possession. 1st and 10 again at the 49-yard line. Calzada bouncing inside the pocket, has plenty of time. Passing to his running back, that is Timothy Carter. Nice gain there. 2nd down now and about 3. They cross the 50-yard line. They're now in Jackrabbit territory at the 49. Looks to pass, goes to his right side. That one's caught by his receiver. Quickly tackled Jaron Mitchell. 1st down, though, for the Cardinals as they move ahead. They're now at the 45-yard line.
Both sides are playing with different personnel, but it's strange, the Incarnate Word passing game, just offense in general. You've seen sparks of it being really good and just moving at will, but you've also seen it just look muddy and slow, and right now they're moving the ball pretty well.
Big gap in center of the offensive line there, and it's going to be Timothy Carter who finds that hole, running for about 9 yards there. Brings up 2nd and 2. They're going to mark him with an 8-yard gain there. Calzada, empty backfield. Looks to his left, doesn't find anything, takes off on the run, passes, bootleg to his receiver. That's going to be ruled a catch. That was Lontrell Turner over there. No, that is Roy Alexander. Alexander with the catch and the first down. That one was almost tipped away by Dallas Beanham, I believe. Almost got a hand on it. Ruling on the field is going to be under further review. 4:03 remain in the game. So the Cardinals marching down the field. This drive's looked pretty clean for them. From the replay, looks like he would be in bounds.
You just got to get 1 foot down, and it looks like he was able to get one.
Yeah, looks like he has one down there. And that was Steven Errol on the coverage for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, and that should be a first down. But like I said earlier, it's strange how, the 2 touchdowns that they had, just moving down the field at will, really good-looking offense. That looked like the offense that's putting up 35 points per game. There were a couple of times where their defense made some really good stops. Looked like their usual 21 points allowed per game self, but it's been really back and forth between just looking like, and the call stands. They've looked like the real version of themselves, where efficient offense, solid defense. But just other times throughout this game, they've looked so slow and just discombobulated and have made unnecessary mistakes. It's been a very strange game from them.
1st and 10, just outside the red zone for the Cardinals. They're at the 21-yard line. Calzada sends a man in motion. Snap, take inside the pocket, looking to pass. Rolls out to his right. He's going to take off on the scramble. Lays down the shoulder and down there. Flag comes in. Late hit potentially there. Coming in from Matthew Durrance.
Looking at the replay.
Yeah, Durrance might get called for targeting here.
They call offensive holding.
All right, so clean hit there by Matthew Durrance. And it's going to be holding on the offense. They back up 10 yards.
Yeah, it looked like a helmet came off from Calzada. So whenever you see that, you can usually expect a targeting or some sort of roughness penalty, but they throw the flag, but for something else.
Ball placed at the 31-yard line. Now it's 1st and 20. Calzada inside the pocket. Has plenty of time, passing to the right. Finds his man. Caught. Ball comes out, but that was after he was down. That one was caught by Roy Alexander. Makes it 2nd and 15. They are now at the 25-yard line. Calzada, plenty of time inside the pocket. This one bounces off the shoulder pads of running back Gerald Riley, and he was wide open. 3rd down and 15.
I've mentioned a lot unforced errors, mental mistakes, that sort of thing, and one of the reasons why I think Incarnate Word has been struggling this game is drops are going to happen, obviously, but just the sheer amount. They've had a lot of drops in critical situations.
Calzada passing to his left. A screen for Roy Alexander. Picks up a nice gain, but it's not enough. 4th down incoming. 2:35 remains in the game. 4th down and about 7. Ball placed at the 17-yard line. Empty backfield for Calzada. Running out of time, almost a sack. Look out behind you. Zach Calzada taken down in the backfield for a sack. That's Zach Wilson, the defensive end for that one.
Yeah, that's motor. That's pure motor.
And here
right
comes a flag after the play. Extracurriculars.
Let's see. In a game like this where it's a blowout, you got to keep your composure if you're SDSU. You're winning. You're going to win. Everyone knows that. I don't know who this is on, but
So this one's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct here, called on number 51 for the Jackrabbits. That's Logan Green. So he's going to pick up an unsportsmanlike, and they're going to back him up half the distance to the goal.
yeah, like I said, you got to keep your composure, keep your cool, whether it was barking to the ref or trash talking an opponent. Everyone knows what the score is. You got to be the bigger man.
Again, it's going to be John Bell and a flag before the play. False start's going to be called on the Jackrabbits. They're going to back up an additional 5 yards, and this one's going to put them in dangerous territory. And it's going to be almost the 2-minute warning. 2:01 is on the game clock. Ball placed on the 9-yard line. It's going to be 15 yards to go. John Bell, empty backfield. This one is going to be handed off for a loss or a minimal gain. That was, again, Brennan Brigham.
And I just want to point out, it's a call timeout. I want to call out 2 players, Adam Bach and Graham Spalding. Adam Bach with 11 tackles on the day, Graham Spalding with 10. Like I said earlier, in my opinion, they're so good. That linebacking trio, they're so good. They're violent, they're quick moving, they're intelligent. Adam Bach, Graham Spalding, and Caleb Francel have just been having a great game today, especially with some of them getting a bit banged up during it. You love being able to see them come back into the game and make a huge impact. So shout out to that linebacking trio.
Absolutely. Well, this is the 2-minute warning. 1:58 is on the game clock. We'll take a break. Be right back after this on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Back after the 2-minute warning, Jackrabbits have it. And they're on the 12-yard line. It's second down and long for them. Under 2 minutes remain. It's going to be a handoff to Pregame. Again, he gets taken out at the legs. Pregame picks up a few, makes it 3rd and 9. Minute 30 remains in this one. Jackrabbits get a first down that would end it functionally. The Cardinals have 1 timeout remaining. John Bell. And shotgun formation. Hands to Pregame once again. Can't get much. Good number ring up 4th down here for SDSU. And I would assume we will see the punt team come out here.
Most people going into this game would have put SDSU as the favorites, but it's just the way that they won 55 points. They allowed 14. They had some struggles in the beginning figuring out their game plan, but they were able to eventually figure it out, start playing their brand of football, and being able to overcome that sort of mental adversity where you're not really on the same page and you're kind of figuring it out, and it's a playoff game, so obviously there's a lot of tension. Being able to figure out your game plan and start playing your brand of ball, it's just a show of the mental resiliency of this group and the experience. A lot of these guys have been in the playoffs, have been a part of the two-peat that SDSU is a part of, and a lot of playoff experience they've had. So being able to stay to your brand of ball, really good to see that.
29 seconds remains in this one, and Dustman lined up to punt it away. Punt away, spiraling there. The return man is a little shallow, and he's going to have to force this one. He picks it up down there at the 10-yard line and dragged down by the special teams unit. It's going to pin the Cardinals down there at the 3-yard line for 16 seconds.
Yeah, never fielded for, or never signed for a fair catch. Ball rolled, and I don't know if he saw something that he wanted to pick up the ball and have a last-minute hero sort of thing. I don't know if it was an emotional thing, but picked up the ball, got dragged back. 16 seconds on the clock. They'll kneel this one out, and you just hope that after all of this, the teams can get together and hopefully not have too much tension.
So handoff here is going to be swallowed up by the defense, and I think that's going to be the end of this one as the clock kneels down. And Calzada takes a knee over there at the end of the end zone here as Incarnate Word's playoff run comes to an end here in Brookings. Jackrabbits are going to win this one. Number 3 seed over the 6 seed. Final score 55-14. The Jackrabbits come away with a big win here. Moving on to the semifinals. We'll be back with a post-game report here, a quick one, And we'll have that right after this break.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
The Jackrabbits able to pull off a win here in the quarterfinal of FCS Division I football playoffs. 55-14 is our final score. The Jacks win in a landslide victory over Incarnate Word. I'm Ben Anderson, Jacob Brendy with us here on Collegiate Sports. Brian Stemwettle back in the KSDJ studio. Updating you on some scores around the FCS. UC Davis South Dakota game just kicked off. There's about 7 minutes 40 left in the first quarter, and USD scored first. They put up a touchdown. So it's 7-0 right now, USD over UC Davis. In about 10 minutes, kickoff in Fargo, Mercer, and North Dakota State. If Mercer is able to win this one, the Jackrabbits will play another home game versus the winner of the UC Davis South Dakota game, and Mercer would take on Montana State over in Bozeman. If North Dakota State wins that one, then the Jackrabbits will go up to Fargo to face them in the Fargo Dome once again, and Montana State will play the winner of USD UC Davis there. So, Jackrabbits with the win here in Dan and J. Dakota Stadium. We'll keep it short and sweet. The Navy-Army game still 0-0 with 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter there as well. So let's take a look at some stats that came through this game. Both teams had 19 first downs. Rushing yards, South Dakota State swept that area. They had 273 rushing yards on 42 attempts. Compare that to the Cardinals, 87 rushing yards for 27 attempts. They averaged 3.22 rushing yards per carry. The Jackrabbits averaged 6.5 yards per carry there. Passing, the Cardinals actually picked it up later in the game. They have surpassed the Jackrabbits in passing yards, 258 for them on 51 attempts and 37 completions, 1 interception there. The Jackrabbits have 203 passing yards on 18 attempts, 8 completions, and 1 interception as well. Total offensive yardage, 533 for the Jackrabbits on 60 plays, and 424 for the Cardinals on 78 total plays. Both teams punted. Jackrabbits only had to punt in the second half. They punted 3 times, and the Cardinals punted 4 times. 1 interception for both teams. Third down conversions, the Jackrabbits ended up being 5 for 11. They started out 4 for 5 in the first half and ended up being 5 for 11. 1 for 1 on fourth down conversions there for the Jackrabbits. Third down for the Cardinals, they're 4 for 15. there and 1 for 6 on 4th down as well. So that is going to be it for us here in Dana J. Dykow Stadium on Collegiate Sports. But make sure you tune in at 4 o'clock to the women's basketball game taking on Northern Iowa over in First Bank and Trust Arena. Me and Jacob will be over there for that one, so make sure you tune in for that one as well. Well, now as for me, Ben Anderson, and for Jacob Brendy here in Dana J. Dykow Stadium, this is it. 55-14 final score. As always, go big, go blue, go Jacks. This is Collegiate Sports. Have a good night, everybody.